Is your little pup pooping all over? It's no secret dog owners simply dread the idea of potty training, and for good reason too. From messy sheets and stinky floors, one thing is for sure, dogs can have a go wherever they want. Unfortunately, for us humans, cleaning dog waste isn't exactly what we want to deal with after a long day at work. In fact, did you know house soiling is one of the top reasons dogs end up in shelters? That's right, if you want to keep your canine bestie around for good, training them to poop right can sure pay off. Controlling your dog's diet. When it comes to a healthy routine for your dog, consistency is pretty much key. From when they eat, sleep, to when you take them out for a little walk, a proper routine is the secret to a healthy and happy dog. So you might want to make sure you feed your dog at the same time every day. And because most adult canines tend to poop shortly after they eat, it really helps to have a set schedule of mealtimes and potty breaks dispersed throughout the day. Taking them outside. Making sure there are no dog leavings casually lying about the house is pretty much the goal of potty training. But here's the thing. Most dogs, especially puppies, are very easy to distract and likely to wander away into the grass instead of getting down to business. And this is where you come in. By supervising their time outside the house, you are actually giving them that little extra nudge they need to relieve. In fact, once your dog is done with their business, you might want to let them have some off-leash fun too, because doing this can draw a positive association between fun time and potty hour in their doggo brains. With a little bit of work and some patience, your furry friend can establish a mental connection between a certain location and the act of pooping. So, make sure you give your dog plenty of chance to be outside. For example, when they wake up, right after a meal, post playtime, and right before they hit the sack. It's also important you take them to the same spot each time, as the familiar scent of their poo is probably the best prompt to make them go. Crate training. Crate training is one of the most common and popular ways of potty training we know. Being den animals, dogs sure fancy themselves a little canine cave, where they can eat, rest, and enjoy a little bit of me time. Thankfully, dogs don't poop where they eat, which is why crates make potty training only that much easier. By training them to hold it in until you open the crate, you are actually creating a sense of discipline in your dog. And here's the thing when it comes to crates. The right size is everything. It should be big enough for your dog to lie down, stand up, or turn around, but not big enough that they can use one of the corners as a bathroom. But hey, keep in mind, if you have a small pup, you should never crate them for more than 2 hours in a go. And while crate training at nights is good for your pup's overall training, it's also important that your puppy is getting enough opportunities to relieve themselves through the night. Positive enforcement is key. When it comes to successful potty training, no one said it's going to be easy. But hey, if you're smart about it, you can actually train your little pup very easily in no time. And here's what you need to know about the average dog psyche. Because dogs and humans have been besties for centuries, dogs have developed specific body responses to the world of humans. In scientific terms, this is called a learned response. In fact, this is how your dog learns what we like and what we don't. So, the next time there is a doggy-do mess in the house, instead of punishing them or yelling, try the more calm, more rewarding, and eventually more effective approach to potty training. For example, you can use small edible treats each time your dog gets their poop right, and always make it a point to be generous in your praise, cheering them on and clapping for your little Einstein for successfully undertaking the simplest natural act in the human world. Know your dog. By now, you're probably wondering if it's even possible to know exactly when your dog wants to go. While there is no one-size-fits-all rule that works for all dogs, there are definitely common signs you can study to figure out. First up, if your dog is desperate to poo, you might catch them sniffing, spinning around in circles, or simply sitting by the door to tell you they simply can't hold it in anymore. But is holding time the same for all kinds of dog breeds? Well, not exactly. For obvious reasons, smaller breeds actually have a harder time holding in than larger ones. In fact, as a rule of thumb, you might want to use the 1 hour per month formula used by dog parents around the world. So, A 3-month-old puppy should be okay to hold it for 3 hours, and so on and so forth. And just to keep track of the hours and doggo's droppings, you might need to make a daily chart to know your dog's exact patterns throughout the day. When it comes to potty training, consistency is key. Unfortunately, just like human babies, canine habits are very individual, so it might take you a while to figure things out. But with a little work up front, your little pup can become 100% potty trained. Remember, when it comes to house training, prevention is key, so you might want to keep a constant watch over your dog.